Yeah, we're in there. What's up, guys? My name's Tony. Welcome back to Her Story. In the last episode, we kind of went in a circle. I thought that the search term Rapunzel was going to take us somewhere, but she went on a little bit more about her fairy tales and how she was obsessed with them, and a little bit more on her reflection. This episode, we're going to try to kind of take it back to the murder.
No, the whole thing was wrong. The bags, I think they were from our kitchen. You could probably check that. We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there. The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours.
Okay, so one, Dad is a mushroom expert. Two, they kept them in the cellar, which she lived in. She said she lived in the attic. So maybe she poisoned two people? I don't think it was Simon and Hannah, was it?
There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
Okay. What about death caps? If we look up death caps, it seems like you poisoned them, lady. Okay, and that's about that. Nothing. All right. Hotel. These are just random notes that I took like 20 minutes ago, but let's go.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
Okay. I have an idea after this one to try to get us places.
And the hotel said he was there?
All right, that didn't do much. Nothing. I thought maybe she would confess. Eve Smith? STD? Ill? Okay.
Well, she has a knife. She's been cooking, I guess. She's been cooking him his favourite meal. She's his wife. And he's asleep and she doesn't want to wake him because he's ill. That's why she's sad. Because he's ill and he might die. It's kind of a sad story, so I'm not sure how it ends.
I agree. This is a sad story, and I'm not quite sure how it ends.
Can you imagine? I tried. I tried to get pregnant too, but it didn't happen. I slept with so many boys, men. My body refused. I think my period stopped because hers had. I was pretty ill. How could we stay the same now? I felt like Hannah had really fucked things up. Set us down separate paths. We had become different.
Okay. I was going to look up the cards from earlier. I'm still not sure what they're called, but if I look up the word cards, we get one thing.
He has a wallet, a huge, silly thing, leather, real leather, I think. He packs it full of stuff, business cards, receipts, lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket. I think that's why he's got a bad back. Offsets the discs. I haven't seen it, so he must have it on him. He always takes it out of his back pocket before, when he comes in, if he's in the house.
Before when he comes in. Interesting. What if we look up wallet? Nothing. Alright. What if we... Singing? Did we already look up singing? I feel like we already looked up singing. Shows. Concert. Trying to get more into her singing thing, but pub? Bar? Okay. We're not getting far, but we're getting somewhere.
Are you sure? What would he be doing in Oxford if there was no conference? I remember calling him. He said it was boring and he spent most of the time at the bar.
Did we ever look up Oxford? I don't think we did. That's probably where we were supposed to go. All right, we'll do that.
No. I told her it was one of my boyfriends, someone I had met in the bar. I think she was happy. But I could tell she was thinking, why couldn't it happen to her and Simon? They were the ones with the real life. Why not them?
I assume that has to do with the pregnancy. We are gonna look up Oxford. Only one more. Well, I thought that would get us further, and it's only 5 seconds. Well,
there was a conference, something to do with double glazing. In Oxford?
I'm just gonna go off of she's saying something more than once. It might matter. It didn't. Okay. Wow. Where to go from here? I'm going to be right back. I'm going to run through the clips again, and we're going to see if I missed anything. All right, just look up married. I just had a random thought and then looked it up, so here we are. Not really the most...
A stupid argument, nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those you're close to.
It was just kind of like a random thought, and I don't think it'll take us anywhere, but whatever.
A long time. We got married when I was 17.
Okay. I think I've seen that one, but it didn't say I did. But I feel like she said it more than once.
Childhood sweethearts. Something like that. Are you married, detective?
All right, I was taking a drink. I wasn't ready for the clip to end so quickly. Well.
When you've been married for 10 years, stuff accumulates. You could argue about anything. And he's so nice. That doesn't help. He tries to smooth things over, and that just makes it worse. We're both passive-aggressive, so we never normally argue directly about anything.
Okay. Let's try looking up 17. Seems like it was a pretty alright year for her. Or was that the worst year of her life?
I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the Glaziers.
Okay, so you married the same year you met.
Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding, people said. Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The training wasn't quite as long, though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
Interesting. Anything else?
No. I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think.
Carl.
I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. It's stupid. So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
Okay. Let's see if anything else is going on with Carl. A lot's going on with Carl. There we go. We're getting places.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy. We were 15.
All right. I assume that other clip goes back to back with it. Family.
So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
Do the clips end with the same... It's very interesting. Okay. I'll talk after seeing these two. This one seems important.
Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity. It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze. We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
100% absolutely has to be multiple personality disorder. That got us somewhere. There is no way. That was like, okay, they have to be the same person. If she passed the driver's test because of her, and then she pursued, they're the same. They're the same human being. Okay, we've gotten that out of the way.
I was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous. Didn't want to share. Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went. Kept changing places in the toilet. We only had the one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me. But that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back.
The Ouija
After that,
board?
it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
All right, Carl really got us places. Let me tell you. Okay, this is being added to the session, first of all. Second of all, I guess I could have just played it from there. Hold on. I love how you're able to do this, by the way. This is really great.
We don't want
Ouija
another card
board.
in the hand.
What is that?
We don't
Why did you have a Ouija board, and why did it seem so predominant to your story as if it had been there the whole time? Only one other time you mention it, but it seems like it was there your whole life, the way you talk about it. Okay.
When beautiful people died, we always felt like it was a sign. You remember Princess Grace? Grace Kelly? She died in a car crash the year before we met Simon. We used a Ouija board to speak to her, and that gave us the power to find him. That's what we thought then. That people who died tragically leave some kind of magic behind. We used to share dreams. We used to wake up and write them down in our diaries immediately and compare them.
Okay. So what about these rules you were talking about? Not what to use, though. There were rules. There were ground rules. There must have been... This is probably before she talks about it, though.
Okay. She's being chased. They're trying to catch her because she did something bad. I guess she broke the rules. Or maybe they think she did something bad. Maybe it wasn't her fault. She looks scared, not guilty. Maybe it was mistaken identity. Did they catch her there? I don't know.
That's so weird. Everything she says here is a metaphor. All of it so far. I don't know if it keeps that way, but I really want to find a way to get all of those card footage
Just
pieces.
became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things. And we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page. We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
Okay. So, what it makes it sound like is they're twins. I'm still pretty confident that it's her, and she has multiple personality disorder. But she makes it sound like they're twins. I'll explain in a little bit. After this clip, I think I know. I gotta gather my thoughts.
It lasted about 6 months. I tried to carry on, but everything was different. Hannah insisted I not pretend to be her around Simon, let alone sleep with him. We didn't share him like the others. The rules had changed. Me living in the attic had become weird in a way it hadn't been before.
Okay, so multiple personality disorder. There are, I'm pretty sure, maybe it's every form of it, but there is a form of it that if you've ever seen, what's the movie with Edward Norton? Thank you, Sid, for making me watch that, because now it's helping out. It's like two people are having a conversation when it's one person. They do interact with each other. They can have interactions with one another. I think that's what is happening here. Is they interact with each other. Eve and Hannah. Eve being, I assume, her actual name. It might be Hannah, whatever. One being her actual name, one being her personality. And them communicating back and forth as her multiple personality disorder got stronger as she grew. When she was a kid, it was just a reflection. And then it grew into a full person. That's what I'm gathering from this. That's how I'm going to end off today's episode. I'm actually going to end the recording session here. Fun fact, everything episode 1 through now has been in the same recording session. I'm going to end it off here. Same schedule. I'm not going to have any delay in uploading. But while I'm editing this, before I record session 2, I'm going to edit through, run through, make sure I didn't miss anything, write down a little list of stuff to look up, and then I'll make it back to you guys, because I feel like I'm kind of hitting a wall, even though we did learn a lot in this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. I know I am, but I don't know how it is to watch. It's got to be really interesting, I guess. Very different depending on if you've seen the game or not. But let me know. Let me know how you're enjoying it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.